There are over 200 solar panel brands competing for a spot on your roof right now. Salespeople will tell you every single one of them is top tier or premium quality or the best in the industry, and homeowners hand over $20,000, $30,000, sometimes $50,000 based on that pitch. What nobody knew until the bankruptcy filings started hitting is that most of those brands are a gamble. SunPower filed Chapter 11 in 2024. Sunnova collapsed in June of 2025. Freedom Forever, the #1 residential installer in the country, went bankrupt on April 15, 2026, with over $500 million in debt. The FTC received more than 4,000 solar complaints in 2024 and 2025 alone. One-star ratings on solar reviews have increased over 1,000% since 2018. So the panels on your roof might be fine, but the company that's supposed to honor your warranty for the next 25 years might not exist in 5. This story doesn't start with 5 good brands though, it starts with why most of them are bad. The solar panel market right now looks a lot like the mortgage industry did in 2007. Too much money, too little oversight, and a whole lot of companies making promises they cannot keep. Dozens of manufacturers are pumping out panels in overseas factories with rock-bottom quality control, slapping a premium-sounding American brand name on the box, and shipping them to installers who care more about volume than longevity. The installer marks them up 40%, the salesperson tells you it's the best panel on the market, and nobody mentions that the manufacturer's warranty is backed by a shell company registered in the Cayman Islands. That is the reality of the solar panel market in 2026. And if that sounds harsh, keep watching. Because the 5 brands on this list have earned their spot by doing the opposite of everything I just described. Number 1. Maxeon. If you want the single best solar panel money can buy for a residential rooftop, this is it. Full stop. Maxeon separated from SunPower before SunPower's bankruptcy, and that separation is the most important detail most homeowners miss. When SunPower filed Chapter 11 in 2024, Maxeon was already operating as its own company, with its own manufacturing, its own balance sheet, and its own warranty obligations. They are not tied to SunPower's mess. The Maxeon 7 series achieves 24.1% cell efficiency. That is the highest efficiency rating available on the residential market right now. They back it with a 40-year warranty, which is not a typo. 40 years. In an industry where most warranties are 25 years from companies that probably won't last 10, that number matters. The catch with Maxeon is price. You're looking at $2.84 to $4.20 per watt, which means a typical residential system could run you significantly more than the competition. This is the luxury tier. If your budget allows it and you want the panel that degrades the slowest and performs the highest over 3 or 4 decades on your roof, Maxeon is the answer. If budget is tight, keep watching. There are great options ahead that cost a lot less. Number 2. REC. This is the brand that most honest installers will quietly recommend when you ask them what they would put on their own house. The REC Alpha Pure R series runs at 22.3% efficiency using heterojunction cell technology, which is a fancy way of saying the cells capture energy from both sides of the panel and perform better in low light conditions and high temperatures. The stat that sets REC apart from the pack is their degradation rate, 0.25% per year. Most panels degrade at 0.5 to 0.7% annually, which means after 25 years, a typical panel is producing 15 to 20% less electricity than when it was installed. REC panels at 0.25% annual degradation will still be producing over 93% of their original output after 25 years. Over the lifetime of your system, that difference adds up to thousands of dollars in energy production. REC offers a 25-year product and performance warranty, and they have been manufacturing solar cells since 1996. They are a Norwegian company with a long track record and financial stability. If Maxeon is the luxury pick, REC is the best value to performance ratio in the entire residential solar market. This is the brand I would tell my own family to buy. Most people have never heard this next detail, and it matters. Number 3. Canadian Solar. Canadian Solar does not get the flashy marketing campaigns that some premium brands enjoy. They do not sponsor influencers or run Super Bowl ads. What they do is manufacture reliable, affordable solar panels at a price point that makes sense for homeowners who do not want to take out a second mortgage to go solar. The Haiku 7 series runs at 21% efficiency, which puts it in solid mid-tier territory. Not the highest on this list, but more than enough for the vast majority of residential installations. Canadian Solar is one of the largest solar manufacturers on the planet, publicly traded, with a global manufacturing footprint that gives them the kind of financial stability that smaller brands simply cannot match. And that financial stability piece is critical right now. When Freedom Forever went bankrupt with $500 million in debt, thousands of homeowners were left with systems installed by a company that no longer exists. The installer is gone, the warranty is gone, and the homeowner is stuck. Canadian Solar has been in business since 2001. They have survived multiple industry downturns. When you are buying a product that needs to last 25 to 30 years, the company's ability to survive matters as much as the panel's specs. Canadian Solar checks both boxes. For a while, it seemed like every new brand entering the market was going to deliver the same quality as the established players. That did not last. Number 4. Silfab Solar. If buying American-made products matters to you, Silfab should be at the top of your list. They manufacture solar panels in the United States and Canada, which in 2026 is increasingly rare. Most panels sold as American brands are actually manufactured in Southeast Asia or China and assembled or relabeled stateside. Silfab does the actual manufacturing in North America. Their panels deliver competitive efficiency specs with strong build quality and a solid warranty program. Having manufacturing and corporate operations based in North America means warranty claims go through a domestic company with real offices and real employees, not through an overseas call center connected to a holding company 3 shell corporations deep. Silfab is not the cheapest option and they are not the most efficient on paper, but they offer something most brands on the market cannot, which is accountability. You know where the factory is. You know where the company is headquartered. You can drive to their offices if you need to. In an industry where companies vanish overnight, that kind of transparency is worth paying for. If you are watching this and you are subscribed, you already know how this industry works. If you are not, subscribe now, because next week I am breaking down the solar installer blacklist, and you are going to want to see that before you sign anything. So we have covered the premium pick, the best value, the budget reliable option, and the American-made choice. But what about homeowners who need the most affordable entry point without rolling the dice on a brand that might disappear? Number 5. Qcells Qtron series, the value pick. Qcells is backed by Hanwha Group, a South Korean conglomerate on the Fortune Global 500 list. That matters because warranty promises are only as strong as the company writing the check. Hanwha has been around since 1952, and it operates across dozens of industries. They are not going anywhere. When a solar company backed by a 70-year-old Fortune Global 500 conglomerate tells you they will honor a warranty, that promise carries weight. The Qtron series delivers 21.4% efficiency, and Qcells operates a manufacturing facility in Dalton, Georgia. That means panels made on American soil, backed by a massive international parent company, at a price point that undercuts the premium brands on this list by a significant margin. Qcells panels are widely available through a large network of certified installers across the country. That means you are more likely to find a reputable local installer who carries them. Availability matters more than most homeowners realize. The best panel in the world is useless if you cannot find a trustworthy installer in your area who actually stocks it. Those are the 5. Maxeon for premium, REC for best overall value, Canadian Solar for budget reliability, Silfab for American-made manufacturing and accountability, and Qcells for the value entry point. So why is everything else a gamble? If the brand on your quote is not one of these 5, or not one of a small handful of other established manufacturers like Panasonic, you need to start asking hard questions. Who actually manufactures this panel? Where is the warranty backed? How long has this company been in business? What happens to my warranty if they go bankrupt? Most homeowners never ask those questions because the salesperson standing in their kitchen is trained to redirect. They will talk about efficiency, they will talk about savings projections, they will talk about tax credits. What they will not tell you is that the brand name on your panel is a sticker on a box made in a factory that produces panels for 15 different brands at 15 different price points, all from the same production line. And if the company behind that brand goes under, your 25-year warranty goes with it. SunPower homeowners learned this the hard way. Sunnova customers learned it 6 months later. Freedom Forever customers are learning it right now in April of 2026, staring at $500 million in bankruptcy filings and wondering who is going to fix their system when something breaks. The solar industry is not broken because solar technology is bad. Solar panels are incredible technology. The industry is broken because too many companies entered the market to make fast money, sold cheap products with expensive promises, and left homeowners holding the bag when the music stopped. The 5 brands on this list survived because they invested in manufacturing quality, maintained financial stability, and built warranty programs they can actually honor. That is the bar. It should not be a high bar. But in this industry, right now, it is. Your roof is a 25 to 30-year commitment. Your solar panels should be too. If the company behind them cannot make that same commitment, walk away. No savings projection, no tax credit, no zero money down pitch is worth gambling $40,000 on a brand that might not exist when you need them. YouTube thinks you will like this video, click it. And if you made it to the end, subscribe. Because the solar installer blacklist drops next week, and that one is going to make a lot of people very uncomfortable.